Boom! What's up, everyone? This is Steve Larsen. Welcome back to Sales Funnel Radio. Today, I want to teach you guys more about how I build my value ladder and at what speed.
I've spent the last 4 years learning from the most brilliant marketers today. And now I've left my 9-to-5 to take the plunge and build my $1 million business. The real question is, how will I do it without VC funding or debt, completely from scratch? This podcast is here to give you the answer. Join me and follow along as I learn, apply, and share marketing strategies to grow my online business using only today's best internet sales funnels. My name is Steve Larsen, and welcome to Sales Funnel Radio.
Guys, I'm stoked for this episode today. What I want to do today is I want to walk you guys through part 2 of this series here. I am, if you guys have not seen last episode was all about teaching you guys under what principles I actually design and develop my value ladder. And the value ladder is super important, very powerful. One of the issues, though, I found is that after people read the book .com Secrets, and that's the reason for today's episode, is that they will go through and try to design their entire business right from the get-go, right? Before they even have a product or a funnel up, okay? And I want you to know that the value ladder is very malleable, and it's something that is designed as you move, and it's kind of flexes as you go. And as you get further and further along the path, it starts to get more and more solid, but it's not something that I try to design or feel like I need to have designed before I start moving. Okay, so what I want to do real fast with you guys today is I want to teach you guys more about what my personal value ladder is. Now, this is part 2 of this series, and the series is... I just get this question so often. It's why I'm making this little 2-part series here. I know it's only 2-part series, but it's super powerful. If you've not seen last episode, go watch that before this one. It's going to be very powerful for you. That will teach you under what context I even try to develop a value ladder. Okay, so picking up where I left off last time with this, the value ladder itself is kind of the roadmap again. And the whole purpose of it is so that you know where you're bringing your customers. That's it. And because of that, your customers need to know where they're going. And so there's a part of the stuff that I do now called value ladder education. And in fact, we have a funnel building template that me and my team use. And in the template itself, towards the bottom, there is a whole section in there called value ladder tie-ins. Okay, and what it is a whole bunch of ways. Like, think about this, right? If I got a, let me just make sure I can draw. Okay, here we go. If I got a value ladder right here, right, and I've got a funnel up here at the top, and I got a funnel right here in the middle. And by the way, if you're not watching on YouTube, this might be one of those episodes again that would be helpful for you to go see on YouTube. Here we go. And then we got a funnel right here on the value ladder, a little down cell right there, right. So we got all these funnels, and they're all working together. And this part of the value ladder is just bringing in new people faster than the middle, which is bringing in new people faster than those at the top, right? And as those in the bottom are ascending up, right, we're doing it through email sequences. We're doing it by thank you page webinars. We're doing it by, there's all these mechanisms. I think there's 8 different mechanisms that we use to auto-educate customers on, hey, since you bought that, did you know you could go buy this? Right? And that's why we're doing that. Okay, it's because we are going in and saying, hey, now that we've already acquired the customer, where there's $1 in, and we've already paid for them, I don't have to pay for them again. Right? I don't need to pay for it, or I put $1 in, and we're putting, let's say it's $1.30 back out on the bottom of the value ladder. Now, if I could just automate their ascension, I don't have to pay money to do that. Automate their ascension. Or maybe they want to go from the bottom all the way to the top. Or maybe there's people out there who are like, I don't want the bottom or the middle. I want to go straight to the top. That's totally cool. One of the most shocking things for me when I first attended an inner circle meeting, I remember it was this amazing day. I walked on in, and Russell, he voxed me, and he goes, dude, do you want to come to the next inner circle meeting and just like sit in? And I died and went to heaven. I was like, what? I've wanted to be in the inner circle ever since I heard it existed. Are you serious? And he goes, yeah, man, just sit in the side. Like, you can keep working on stuff, but just so you can kind of get a feel from where the thing. I was like, absolutely, man. What was crazy is that at that time, ClickFunnels was not that old. And like half of the inner circle had still never read .com Secrets or Expert Secrets wasn't even out yet. Most of them had never read .com Secrets, but they were paying $25,000 to be in his inner circle. And I remember thinking that for the first time, like, oh, are you serious? And at first I was like, kind of, Like, that's dumb. Like, who, are you kidding me? You have to realize that there's different people who will buy from you different things. So we have different places in the value ladder to cater to different buying styles. Like right now, I would rather just go pay the author to teach me their book than me go read the book. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what they were doing. At the beginning, though, when I had no money, like going through the free plus shipping book and all the stuff in the bottom, that's definitely, that made more sense for me. But now it's like, I'd rather just go to the top, okay? And learn from people straight, for what they're known for. Anyway, so hopefully that makes sense. That's why we have, there's a bunch of automated series that ascend them immediately. There's a bunch of, let's put ads in every single one of these, but with the understanding that some people are going to come straight to the top and not go down. Some people are going to go to the bottom and not come up, right? And anyway, hopefully that makes sense to you. So anyways, I want to teach you guys more about my personal value ladder. And again, this is kind of the companion to what I taught you in last episode. We need to know, again, just a quick recap. We need to know what market we're serving. We need to know the dream customer that we're serving inside the dream market. We also need to know what problems that they're having and what we can go solve for them. We need to know the core problem and offer. And then we need to know how to launch it and such, right? And that's actually where the value ladder starts in that whole 5-step process. There's a 6th and a 7th, I believe. There's a 6th. I'm trying to remember if there's a 7th. Anyway, I have it all written on my big, massive framework thing. Anyway, so what we want to do here is I want to teach you guys my personal value ladder. And it's so that you can see and know how to develop your own, right? So I've got a screenshot of mine here, and I'm just going to hold this in. Okay. Now, I'm going to draw this, and I know someone's going to ask the question, but Steve, that's not launched yet. I know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the ones that aren't done yet in a different color. All right, we'll grab and it's the illustrative principle. Okay, so I call this is my core offer value ladder. Now I have 2 value ladders, and a few people have said you can't have more than one business, and that's generally true until you have teams, and then I don't really touch some things, right? There's a lot of funnels I haven't touched in a year, and they still cash flow really hard. But I don't touch them, right? I don't put any focus on them at all. They cash flow really hard. So I can go build other stuff as long as I have systems. Okay. So I have a second value ladder. This is my core offer value ladder. Okay. Where I teach specifically about that. So anyways, all of it's hosted on capitalistcoaching.com. Capitalistcoaching.com. Let's see. It's also all described on stevejlarsen.com. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to prove the core idea of the value ladder. Okay, so I actually have several steps with this. Now, if you guys were at Funnel Hacking Live last year, which if you weren't, I would strongly recommend you guys going next year. It is, oops, touch the camera. It is one of the most pure forms of marketing knowledge that I believe is out there. Offer Mind, my event, gives you very tactically step-by-step. Funnel Hacking Live, I believe one of the reasons I love it so much is because it opens your eyes to things that you didn't even know were there. And that the fact that there's people not just doing them, they're really freaking successful at it, right? So you get to learn right from the horse's mouth on these things that are so powerful. For me, it's the place where I get immersed and I'm like, holy crap, I didn't know that you could do that in that industry. Now, that's not my industry, but what if I took that idea and pulled it into my industry? That's why I love Funnel Hacking Live. It's like a decade in a weekend, right? And it's in one shot, and there's no way you could go get all those huge people to go teach you that for the ticket price. So anyway, and then Offer Mind is it's very step-by-step on how to launch your thing. Okay, so they're meant to be companions. Okay, anyways, so if I have in the middle here, I have Offer Mind. Now, the reason why I put Offer Mind in the middle is because I wanted to test out the idea of the value ladder, right? I wanted to make sure that I had ironed out all the pieces. Now, the reason it's worked so fast for me is because I've been teaching this stuff and doing it and coaching people and helping people make $1 million, really, okay, for a while. And so that last year's OfferMind event that I went and did was me reteaching it in my own format, making sure like where were the stick points and people's understanding. Oh, okay, there. Okay, I didn't know that that would be a stick point. Okay, oh, there too. Okay, I didn't know that would be a stick point either, right? And then it was cool because I was able to go in and like actually iron a lot out. Okay, it's the same principles, but just on me making sure that I teach it well, right? So anyways, so I taught that and I was like, that's sweet. So then I have a program called Offer Lab. Okay, now, in fact, let me keep drawing this here so you can make sure you guys all see this. Because I got a cool, kind of neat announcement with it. Now, Offer Lab, the purpose of Offer Lab is to get my time, my team's times, to help you guys launch it. It's a year-long coaching program that includes a live event where we go in and help you actually get your thing out the door. There's a lot to this, but it's actually really simple when you just see it in one shot. And anyway, people make a lot of money with it, which is great. So there's Offer Lab. Then at the top, I have my mastermind, which is called Titans of Industry. Titans of Industry. Okay. Then at the very top, the thing that I'm moving towards and what I'm so stoked about is it's called Business Syndicate. That is the coolest URL I have ever bought in my entire life. Okay, Business Syndicate is so cool. What I'm doing in Business Syndicate is I want to fight against Shark Tank. I want to fight against the idea that I have to go get VC funding. Now, I love the show Shark Tank, but I hate what they do. Okay, which is they teach that you need funding in order to grow your company. No, you don't. If you know how to build a front-end funnel, you don't. Like 99% of businesses do not need funding. And especially 99% of those who take funding usually don't. Right? Now, if you know, I understand you might need a loan, you're building like a big factory, right? Some manufacturing plant. I get it. That's what I'm saying. 99% of the time, most businesses do not need capital. Okay? They just need to know how to build front-end funnels. So what we're doing is so many of people ask me to build their funnels for them. I was finally like, all right, let's do it. Okay? So just stay tuned on that. But what we're doing is we're having people come in. We're actually going to build a studio like Shark Tank. People are going to come in and pitch me and my team on building their funnel in exchange for a small portion of their business. So we're not going to give them funding, but we have skin in the game. That's the difference. That's why I love it. Because in Shark Tank, they don't have skin in the game. I mean, they put their money up, but like a lot of times they don't do that much else. I've seen the other side of that. When we were building stuff for like CNBC for the profit and such, like they'll help for a little while and such, but it's the cash injection that's their big put in. On my side though, like what my team and I want to go do is we actually build funnels for all these different companies. Anyway, stay tuned on that because it's not launched yet, but that's what we're doing and that's where I want to go. Okay. Now, going down, I have a webinar that we're launching called Create Your Offer. Which will teach you what the book is going to teach you, but far more handheld. Okay. And the book is called Your Core Offer. Okay. Now down here, this is what I call the free zone. We have Sales Funnel Radio, right? We have Capitalism Swag. We have the new podcast that's launching soon called One Funnel Away Stories. We have something that we have calling out called The Pursuit of Profit.tv, which is to be super cool. Oh my gosh. We have another show that's coming out soon called It's Monday, Baby. Guess which day that'll be on. Okay, it's a lot of stuff. And inside Offer Lab, there's actually all these one-day events you guys are going to start seeing me do as well, where you can fly out for a day, and I'm going to deep dive on just that one subject. And it's very highly interactive in a cool environment. There's a lot of cool things like that, like how I actually run my content team, how I built my funnel team, right? There's a lot on there. What are the campaigns I found are the most profitable, where it's just a straight day of me teaching you campaigns. We're talking like from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., right? I go deep on those days. Anyway, so we're going to do those soon to teach that and to help sell that as well. But anyway, let me share with you guys. Let me just put in the ladder color which ones are actually done. There's a power of this, okay? There's OfferMind. There's Offer Lab. And then Sales Funnel Radio. That's the free zone. All the rest of them are not done. Okay, now why on earth would I tell you about all this stuff before it's ready? Create anticipation, help people see where I'm going on this, the fact that I have a plan, but I'm just following and adhering to everything I was teaching you in last episode. Okay, if all I want to do is make sure that this is the most insane, ridiculous core of the whole value ladder. Okay, I want it to over-deliver to the freaking hill. I want it to be, and so I can do that when I don't launch a million things. Okay, me going and pulling off business syndicate, I'm gonna have to change some business structure in order to pull that off, right? Me going and pulling off the mastermind, there's some business structure I'm gonna have to go adapt and adjust. Okay, understand that like this stuff comes in an order, and because of that, it's actually a gift. It means I don't have to think about it for a little while. I know what it's going to be as of very recent, like a week or two ago. Okay. But like, so while you're launching this stuff, just know that almost no one knows all these pieces they're going to put together. The only thing that I know when I'm starting to move forward, like if those of you guys come to Funnel Hacking Live, I taught you a little bit about my methodologies on how I learn and move forward. All I want to know is the blueprint. Okay. This is blueprint. This is blueprint. This is blueprint. The book we're writing it right now, that's blueprint. Okay. Most of the stuff on the bottom, the free zone down here, that's all blueprint. Okay, and what blueprint am I following? I'm following the info product model and coaching model because that's what everyone wants from me. Okay, and then soon at the top, that's agency model, man. That means I'm going to have to change my business structure in order to handle that. So no, I'm not going to say yes to building someone's funnel yet. Make sense? I don't care how much money it is. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with, can I handle it? Can I over deliver? Because I built my name on that. Okay, so I want to go in and make sure I can handle that stuff. So all I'm doing right now is just focusing on this. While we buy an office, while we go and I actually get an assistant, while we go, does that make sense? There's like some structure stuff that I'm still putting together. I'm not gonna go take on all this stuff and like promise all these results, and that'd be crazy. So go watch last episode if you need to again and see more of the order that I go launch and build this stuff on. Do I need more leads? No. Right, do I need this? Do I need that? Right, those 5 things, go back and watch that and see those 5 things that I'm going, okay, now I'm ready for Tools of Titan, or sorry, I'm thinking of Tim Ferriss, Titans of Industry. Right now I'm ready for that. Now I'm ready for this. Now I'm ready for that. And so I'm really, really psyched about everything we're putting together on this. And I thought I'd teach you guys my value ladder. Okay. There's a lot of cool one-day events that we're going to be coming out here with soon. You guys all know about it. There's a lot of really cool, really awesome. We're going to be publishing even more than I am now, which I know might sound crazy, but we are. It's not actually that hard if you see what's going on behind the scenes. Come to one of my one-dayers and you'll find out what that is. Okay. I've had a few people reach out recently and say things like, Steven, take a break, man. Man, I've worked 9 to 5 for the last year. All right. I don't actually work that crazy hard anymore. Why? Systems. Okay. That's the other part of the coin I've had to learn, and I've done it, which is great. Anyway, so that's what this is. And I just want to teach that to you guys and show you guys what this is. So if you're sitting back and you're thinking like, well, Steven, what's my value ladder? I wouldn't really worry about it that much. The only thing I would try to worry about, your goal is this. Make sure you guys can see. Okay, your goal is in your value ladder is just to figure out the core idea. And can you sell it? And can you sell it for mid-tier product pricing as it relates to your industry? Okay, can you sell it? Because once you can sell it, then like for a long, I have another whiteboard. I know I have whiteboards all over the place, but there's a whiteboard around the corner right there, around behind the paparazzi wall, behind this bad boy. And it's just ideas. You know what we could sell is this thing, and then this thing, and this thing. And as we've moved, it's become more and more solidified. And I don't worry about it. Stop worrying about it. You don't need a value ladder design before you start actually building and selling. Just, that's exactly how I've done it right here. Is I'll draw on a different color what isn't built, but is kind of an idea, right? And then as time progresses and I start to listen to the market and I hear them say things like, Steven, we've been wanting a mastermind from you forever, right? I'm like, crap. Seems like they want a mastermind from me and they've wanted it forever. Okay. I just listened to the market. Then I'm like, what would I call it that'd be cool? And I can't tell you how many, I buy a lot of domains, and it's because I'll be like, this is what it's going to be called. Buy the domain, buy. A little bit later, I'll be like, crap. That's not it. Dang it. It's this now. Buy. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to fish to make sure that it fits with the entire value ladder of everything. So coming out with this stuff, we've also started to develop our own awards, similar to like the 2 Comma Club award, but for different areas. It's really cool. Different awards, different thresholds, different things for you guys. You know, there's a lot that can go into it. Far more than me just saying like, this is what it's going to be. Here's the funnel and here's how I'll fulfill. Like, what's the idea? A value ladder sells an idea as much as it does a product. Okay. All right. There's my value ladder. Guys, hopefully it's been helpful to you to see that. And under the principles that I go and I'll develop mine in. And I've really enjoyed this. I really like showing you guys more about how to actually put this together. What I'm doing most of the time. Oh, there was one other thing I didn't tell you about. There's one more piece we're actually coming out with, which I'm actually super psyched about. We have a newsletter that we're going to start putting out as well. As part of the continuity, and I want it to be cheap because I do really high quality. I mean, I teach you guys stuff that most people charge you for, right? So what I want to do is make something that's really cheap, but just can get a few more how-tos, kind of more the tactical side, because I can only get so tactical on a podcast episode, right? So we have something called Offers for Profit. Which is it's a newsletter. All right, it's gonna be super cheap, like $9. Okay, really cheap. It's not necessarily to go and like make a ton of money on. It's for other reasons, which I'll talk about more when we start launching that. But anyway, Offers for Profit, that's more the continuity. Me being a ClickFunnels affiliate, that's more the continuity. There's other things in here that's more of continuity that I'm not really ready to disclose yet. Anyway. But I'm super psyched about all this stuff going down here, and hopefully it's been helpful to you to see it. Guys, start thinking through this stuff, but put some horse blinders on, right? Relax, bring it down and say, you know what? I'm just gonna go make sure that this one idea on the value ladder, the whole value ladder isn't worth thinking about, stressing about, putting it together, trying to design it, even brainstorm on until I know that this idea is good enough to go build out the rest of the thing on. Make sense? Hopefully it's been helpful to you. And if you guys want to see more information on this stuff and get more details on it, go to the whole thing we call capitalistcoaching.com, and you'll see very much this. Same thing with stevejlarsen.com. If you click on programs, one thing that says value ladder right there, and it'll show you. So anyway, that's it, guys. We'll see you guys later, and thanks for being a listener and a watcher, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Boom. If you're just starting out, you're probably studying a lot. That's good. You're probably geeking out on all the strategies also, right? That's also good. But the hardest part is figuring out what the market wants to buy and how you should sell it to them, right? That's also what I struggled with for a while until I learned the formula. So I created a special mastermind called an Offer Mind to get you on track with the right offer and, more importantly, the right sales script to get it off the ground and sell it. Want to come? There's small groups on purpose so I can answer your direct questions in person for 2 straight days. You can hold your spot by going to offermind.com. Again, that's offermind.com.